Hello, everyone. It is time to finish up the book of Ecclesiasticus. Yes. Uh, I came across a really interesting thing yesterday. Uh, my daughter had to work a little longer, helping another worker finishing up some stuff. And so she was a little late. Then when she got home, my oldest granddaughter had a dance to go to. And oh, dear Lord, I thought, what a drama on how to get dressed, they all. And I just had a hot flash, so I'm like, very flushed right now. Uh, and so I ended up taking care of the little one like 2 or 3 hours longer than, and we went outside and waited for Daddy to come home, and we were sitting there, and I let her watch some of the animal one, mostly the animals with children and animals, the little blurps on Facebook, the little videos, and she loved it. She was just, oh yeah. And by the time she only had an hour nap, she was tired, so it was a good thing she was just sitting and relaxing with me. And Daddy comes home, and she's all excited this and he says, "Oh, what you guys doing?" I said, "Oh, look, this is a really funny one." And I noticed suddenly, okay, yesterday, that on some videos there's this Sora thing with with like a face and two eyes or whatever comes up, and I had no idea what that was. And he says, "Oh," and I said, "Hey, look at this little baby, what it's doing with these puppies." And he says, "Oh yeah, that's AI, Sora is a new thing generated." I'm going, what? I was so disappointed in a way, I mean, it's like, what? And then I noticed, oh my gosh, how many fake videos are actually out there for people to watch for what exactly? Just because we're what? We don't have nothing better to do? And I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Oh, well, at least they're letting me know, though I didn't even know what that meant, right? My son-in-law has to tell me, he said, "Yeah, Grandma, guess what? Oh my gosh, AI generated videos of babies and animals where they do things that you're going, there's no way a baby does that or could do that, teach that, or puppies would." Uh, so disappointing. So it's like with all the fake news, this and that out there that you already have to watch and go, as I said, it's hardly worth to believe anything out there anymore. And unless you, as I said, like me, okay, that's interesting, let's go and check it out. Is it really true, or is this just another hype, or what, from 20 years ago or whatever? And here now is another thing I have to say, what? So these are not genuine videos of people. This is, where are they getting these babies and puppies from? Okay, I'm just saying, who is allowing their babies to be in a video like that? Just saying. It's really sad. It's just sad. Huh? Okay. Anywho, so I think to reach back in the past and go back to good old fashioned movies, or I've been watching old Disney. Yeah, Disney. Yeah. Well, you know what? People can say whatever they want out there. Movies, like Sleeping Beauty, Fox and the Hound. Oh, I started watching The Wizard of Oz with her. She loves singing. She loves songs and singing. And my youngest granddaughter, that's what I'm going to start looking for again. The old stuff that, you know, you, you can't find foul language in it. Yes. It's so sad when when I find someone, I'm going, oh wow, this is great. And then you watch a few more of their videos, and suddenly here it goes, the F bomb or whatever. And I'm going, oh, well, that's too bad. Scratch off the list. Hmm. even things that I shared of people. Please don't do that. You're not a good example out there for my grandchildren who are little. So, yes, I'm a very, very, very vigilant grandmother. Anyway, so there it is. Everything ended up going well with my granddaughter, oldest granddaughter, and she was happy to, because I said to okay, so I took kind of instead of the mom taking the role of the villain, I took the role of the villain, saying, what's the problem with you? If you don't want to go to the dance, or if you can't find something to wear, what do you need? Something, what? I said to my daughter, well, you better get on Amazon or something, or, get something Speedy here, Speedy Gonzalez, for her to wear. And my granddaughter was like, crazy, what are you doing? And I said, well, isn't that kind of it? You have a dance to go to, and usually your mom and you are kind of cruising to see what you could wear and buy you something new. Well, this time you don't have anything new. So I kind of said, well, there you go, I said, why don't you just stay home? You got nothing to wear, right? In that big old closet of yours. So stay home. Don't need to go. She's like, yeah. And then I said to my daughter, I said, I'm going to take care of the little one. You go upstairs, have a good talk with her, and then see, okay, do you really want to go? If you really want to go, I said, it's just a little dance. It's not a big deal. Making too much of a deal out of this. So anyway, it all ended up working out just great. Yes, yeah. I believe there's a reason why true parents taught us you should try to live within a 3-generation household. Yes? Yeah. Okay. So let's get going here. Ecclesiastes, we're in the book of Ecclesiasticus 51. Appendices. Hymn of Thanksgiving. I shall give thanks to you, Lord and King, and praise you, God, my Savior. I give thanks to your name, for you have been my guard and support, and redeemed my body from destruction, from the snare of the lying tongue, from lips that fabricate falsehood. Whoa, you're being awfully sure of yourself here. Oh, if I remember, I will share that. And from lips that fabricate falsehood. In the presence of my assailants, you were on my side. You have been my support. You have redeemed me. True to your abounding kindness and the greatness of your name, you liberated me from the fangs of those seeking to devour me, from the clutches of those seeking my life, from the many ordeals which I have endured, from the stifling heat which hemmed me in, from the heart of a fire which I had not kindled, from deep in the belly of Sheol, treacherous denunciations to the king. Aha! It's interesting on how this part tells us a whole lot about Ecclesiasticus and what he went through and why he wrote down the rest of it and why it is so negative towards the people and exalting towards God in a way. But really, when it comes down to it, Ecclesiasticus was not. Ben Sira was not a happy person at all. Things didn't really go in the way that he wanted them to go. Yes? All right. My soul has been close to death. My life had gone down to the brink of Sheol. I was completely surrounded. There was no one to help me. I looked for someone to help me. There was no one. Yeah, it explains a lot of what I just read beforehand in 40, 50 other parts. Then I remembered your mercy, Lord, and your deeds from earliest times, how you delivered those who wait for you patiently and saved them from the clutches of their enemies. And I sent up my plea from the earth. I begged to be delivered from death. I called on the Lord, the Father of my Lord. Do not desert me in the days of ordeal, in the days of the proud, when we are helpless. That's very selfish. It's just for himself. I shall praise your name unceasingly and gratefully sing its praises, if you help me. And my plea was heard, for you saved me from destruction, you delivered me from the time of evil. Interesting that he does not talk about that at all. And therefore I shall thank you and praise you and bless the name of the Lord. What was that exactly about? He doesn't say, really, when it comes down to it, right? It seems like a succession of things, if you think back on what I read through all the other 50 little segments here and in the book of Ecclesiasticus, on how he especially admonishes whom? Talks against and warns against whom? Women. Yes. Greed, power, money, food. Yes. Seems to me that Ecclesiasticus had a lot of little devils on his shoulder telling him all kinds of things to do. But then he says, well, I'm not taking responsibility for that. God saved me. Most likely because what? He decided to eventually abdicate from certain things, and then he wants everybody else to abdicate, right? Yes? Just saying, seems like there was a lot of imbalance going on with also drugs and drinking. Just saying, well, have we read the last 50 little chapters here in Ecclesiasticus? And what is coming out now? Just saying. Poem on the quest for wisdom. When I was still a youth, before I went traveling, in my prayers I asked outright for wisdom. Outside the sanctuary I would pray for her, and to the last I shall continue to seek her. Oh, he hasn't found wisdom yet? He says, and to the last I shall continue to seek her. From her blossoming to the ripening of her grape, my heart has taken its delight in her. My foot has pursued a straight path. I have sought her ever since my youth. By bowing my ear a little, I have received her and have found much instruction. Thanks to her, I have advanced. Which means, where was he exactly? You can only advance if you're... Okay, I'm just saying. He's trying to make excuses for himself now. That's fine. Glory be to him who has given me wisdom. For I was determined to put her into practice, have earnestly pursued the good, and shall not be put to shame. My soul has fought to possess her. I have been scrupulous in keeping the law. I have stretched out my hands to heaven and bewailed how little I knew of her. It's very fallible here. He says one thing, then he says another, and bewailed how little I knew of her. I have directed my soul towards her in purity, and I have found her. Having my heart fixed on her from the outset, I shall never be deserted. He's talking of wisdom as if it's a person. It's a state of mind. And I find that also weird. My very core, having yearned to discover her, I have now acquired a good possession. A possession? Wisdom is no possession, as you never conquer a mountain. Yes? You climb a mountain. You unite with a mountain. I've done a lot of mountain climbing when I was little, growing up, because I had a father who loved mountain climbing. You never conquer a mountain. You unite with the mountain, you make it to the top. Yes? But you don't conquer a mountain. And here again, to me, this is exactly the same thing. I have now acquired a good possession. Wisdom is not a possession. It's a state of mind that you have to continuously re-examine to make sure. Yes? Yeah. Sometimes someone's wisdom sounds really good and it's completely wrong. Okay? Just saying. In reward, the Lord has given me a tongue, well, me too, with which I shall sing his praises. Come close to me, you ignorant. Take your place in my school. Now, if anyone were to talk to, says, hey, you're ignorant, come to my school, would you go? Okay. Take your place in my school. Why complain about lacking these things when your souls are so thirsty for them? I have opened my mouth, I have said, buy her without money, but your necks under her yoke. Put your necks under her yoke. Let your souls receive instruction. She is near within your reach. See for yourselves how slight my efforts have been to win so much peace. He is lying through his teeth. Buy instruction with a large sum of silver. Thanks to her, you will gain much gold. May your souls rejoice in the mercy of the Lord. May you never be ashamed of praising him. Do your work before the appointed time, and at the appointed time he will give you your reward. Subscript: Wisdom of Jesus, son of Sarah. Ben Sarah had a son named Jesus? I gotta go check that out. I'm gonna have to mark that real quick. What? My gosh, this is so weird. Okay. We are done with the book of Ecclesiasticus. Thank God. You are one confused buddy. And I have no idea why they would put all this in here. This is, you want the excuses to stand as a human being. Even though you're trying really hard, you come up with a book like this. That's the last I'm going to say to the wisdom of this one. Right? Yes? And of course, so many souls out there, so many spirits that already passed need restoration as well. I'm not just doing this so that I can talk against what is in the Bible, okay? Or written down against Ecclesiasticus, right? But I can write down or say against Ecclesiasticus what he written down. I'm going to take him to take responsibility for what he says. This is not a novel. This is not supposed to be a fictional novel. But I feel like, due to the desires and lust of men, it's kind of become that. And that the men at the time of Jesus went with this and declared Jesus a heretic, blasphemy against God, this and that. It's very sad. But proves me right when I say, you're not doing this for God. This isn't done for God. This isn't done for our heavenly parent, his glory, his power, his love. It's for their own desires, so they can continue doing what they want to do. God forbid they'd have to clean a toilet. Just saying. That wasn't theirs. Oh, they probably don't want to clean their own crap up either. Do you get my drift here? Anyway. So, that's the end of the book of Ecclesiasticus. This is the end. Oh, what was I going to say? Families. I've come across, since True Mother, Holy Mother Han, our beloved True Mother, has gone into detention. She's in detention. She hasn't been charged with anything. Because there isn't anything to charge her with. And I've come across some very hateful people, this and that, who are just, dear Lord, why would you gloat over something? Even if you were right, which you're not, why would one gloat over something like that? It's not what we were taught by the divine principle. I don't care who you follow. If you read the divine principle, you know that's not how we act. But here's one thing about families. Families may have some problems and disputes in their inner circles. And they may call each other whatever, this and that. But no family, I have never met, including mine, ever met a family who supports or is okay with the interference from outsiders. saying one thing about another or this or that. Never. When that happens, they pretty quickly stick together and go, hey, that's none of your business. Don't talk about, as a mother, don't talk. I can talk about my children however I want to, but don't you dare open your mouth against my children. And my children, they will tell you the same. Don't you dare. If I have something to say about my mom, I'll say it. You don't get to do that. Don't you dare say anything negative about my mom. Or my dad. Or my brothers and sisters. Do you understand? Be careful when you do that. You may think you're doing someone a favor or this or that, but you're not. You're going to be the one that's going to be put in your place if you don't understand that dynamic in a family. Okay? So, again, I'm saying this to people out there who think that taking one stance or the other against the true children or against true parents or against true mother is going to be looked upon favorable by one side or the other. But it's not. That's something we got to understand. That the unity in a family, when it comes to the interference of others on the outside that want to slander and gossip about them, the unity in the family will win. And if you have a family, you should know that. So please, don't do that. Yes? Okay. Let us not do that. I have to remind someone of that today. Okay? That is it. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother, I love you. Let's keep praying. Yes, yes, yes. And I will talk to you all another time.